In a momentous occasion for the world, the 8 billion person was born today. That's right, we've hit the 8 billion mark in terms of population. And with that fact is some other news. That India, currently the world's second most populous country, is going to overtake China as the most populous country as early as next year, with 1.42 billion people, and eventually peak at 1.7 billion in the year 2064. Now, the world's population has boomed exponentially. We've seen a whopping 8-fold increase since 1800, so that's 1 billion people in 1800 and 8 billion people today in 2022, just over 200 years later. But the UN actually predicts that this trend of population explosion is coming to an end. The world has seen a decline in the rate of annual growth, falling from a high of 2.1% in the 1960s to below 1% in 2020. This slowdown of population growth is already visible. It took us 11 years to get from 7 billion people to 8 billion people. But it'll take us longer, about 15 years to get to 9 billion people in 2037, and much longer, 43 years to get to 10 billion people in the 2080s. After that, the population is expected to plateau and slow down and eventually start declining in the 2100s. The world's population has been increasing steadily due to a higher life expectancy, better agricultural technology and medicine. But the rate of growth is and will be uneven because the UN estimates that over half the projected increase in population up to 2050 is most likely to come from just 8 countries: Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, Tanzania, and of course, India. While the obvious threat of overpopulation does loom large, the UN has outlined a new worry in its report. Resources are scarce and mostly non-renewable. The biggest worry right now is the overconsumption of these resources by wealthier nations, which is sure to put pressure on poorer nations who will be expected to struggle to meet their requirements. In New Delhi, with camera person Sudesh, this is Nayanthara Singh from NDTV.